Alright, hello and welcome back to Ashgabat Cat's Let's Play That. So recently I learned that there was an Evangelion Pachinko video game. This seemed very bizarre to me, but what's even more bizarre, evidently I downloaded the fourth one. This is the fourth, a series of 4. There were 3 other ones. 3 other ones. And in fact, these are just the ones for the DS. There's even one for the PlayStation 2. In fact, I'm pretty sure there were multiple for the PlayStation 2. This is absolutely ridiculous. This needs to be investigated. Now, one of the hilarious things about this game is currently our screens are rotated vertically. Now, okay, fine, whatever. You're the viewer, you don't really care about that. But what that means is I am, in theory, holding my DS sideways. So that means I also have to hold my controller sideways. So when I go to option, that's actually left. This was a little unintuitive at first, but whatever. Let's see, nothing terribly important. So here is where we get to the downside of having a Pachinko game. It's all menus. Look at this stuff. What even... Oh, that's how much money 100 grams is. Why would it matter how many balls you get for 100 gold? Like, what's the point? Are you trying to make it harder, easier? And then you've got all these random ratios. Are these like changing the reward ratios? It's like, what the heck? I bought a Pachinko game because I don't want to deal with the hassles of owning my own Pachinko arcade machine. You guys should be taking care of this for me. Anyway, we get to the bulk of the gameplay, such as it is. Very briefly, I took a look at, playing this. I didn't look very hard, because I still don't know how to play this. So, pressing A will move the EVA 1 thing, which does not shoot Pachinko balls. Well, this is the part in the show where we press every button, and then we fast forward till it works. Okay, we are entering phase 2, combinations of buttons. Hey, what's that mouse doing on screen? Oh wait, am I shooting balls already? What is happening in the upper right-hand corner? It looks... Am I playing the game? Is that what's happening? If I change this, does it change what the upper screen is displaying? No, not really. Oh my god, what is this nonsense? I mean, I know Pachinko is a game of largely just watching things happen, but why would we be playing this game and watching things happen on the small screen? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. On the bright side, everybody watching has learned the kanji for ball. So, okay. Well, I wish I could tell you, hey, we all learned how to play Pachinko, but Pachinko is one of those things that you are basically born knowing how to do because it's so easy. So how do I... And then there are 1,000 controls. Look, you can pretend like you're changing something. Now how do I control this just using buttons? I don't know about you, but I'm always kind of allergic to using a touchscreen on something that does not have a touchscreen. Okay, what's happening? Well, anyway, those old-style capacitive touchscreens where you had to, like, you had to actually push down on the screen for it to make a sort of electrical contact in order for your things to even be registered. The only catch is, like, basically whenever you use it, you're scratching it. And so you were, like, breaking the screen. And so, I don't know, there's something about it that's always kind of bothered me about, like, scratching your screen. Now, of course, in the modern age of cell phones, where everything uses Gorilla Glass or whatever, it's, like, essentially impossible to destroy one of those screens. And so those ones, yeah, I don't really care about touching the screen. I'll touch the screen however I want. But on the DS, very much a capacitive touchscreen. It came with like a little stylus, but I mean, and I mean, the end of that stylus was rounded, but you use it, basically it's gonna break everything. Actually, I forget if I've ever told this story, but one time I bought Brain Age, which is another one of those games where you have to hold the DS a little bit sideways. And you also... Ooh, something exciting is happening. I only know that because of the visuals and the audio. I can't tell by the gameplay how well I'm doing at all. I believe I'm using up balls. I'm also passing forwards in time, but could have figured out both of those on my own. Anyway, so it was Brain Age, and it's a game you use entirely the stylus to navigate to everything. And ostensibly it's for like complete beginners to, I don't know, video games who don't really know how things are supposed to work. And so they go through and play this game, and they don't even realize that one of the screens is not a touch screen. Like, I showed this off to my parents. It's like, hey guys, don't you want to get smarter? And then they started playing it, and first thing one of them does is jab the left screen so it scratched it forever. I'm not even mad. I'm not even a little bit entirely mad. It's not something I hold over them for the rest of my life. Not even a little. Not even a teensy little bit of a little. Anyway, that inspired the importance of screen protectors. So next time you buy a new fancy electronic device that's new, fresh out of the packaging, go ahead, first smell that like sweet manufacturing air. I mean, that is the good stuff. If I could breathe entirely manufactured air, I probably would. It'd be great. But once that air is gone and the new thing smell is starting to fade, you should buy some screen protectors and apply them. Oh man, almost got 3 Ayanamis in a row. Geez. Well, the funny thing about having both a ball counter and a timer in close succession is that now we can actually tell how much of a rip this Pachinko is. Because we've used like, what, I don't know, 300 balls? That's like, what, 300 gold or something? So, we blew in 300 gold in about, not even entirely 4 minutes. Oh, whoa. I don't know if you've been watching the ball counter as intently as I have, but I think something happened. I think we accidentally gained a ball. Wow. Now, I know I like to mention the myth of Sisyphus a lot, where it's like this guy pushing a boulder up a hill because he pissed off a god, and he has to do it over and over and over, and he makes to the top of the hill, and then the boulder just rolls down. I mean, lesson 1, never piss off a Greek god. They are vengeful. But lesson 2, this just applies over and over and over and over and over to video games. Look at that. We were on the verge of dying, verge of bankruptcy, verge of being kicked out of the Pachinko parlor. And as if by miracle, some kind soul came by with 250. It's like, hey, your purgatory's not done yet. You've got more to go. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I have not done literally nothing for the past, like, I don't know, 3 minutes. And it has changed absolutely jack squat. Pretty much Pachinko, you set it up, you let it run, and then, I don't know what you do next. Do you talk to somebody while you do Pachinko? I don't really understand this whole Pachinko thing. Can somebody explain it to me? Because I thought that, hey, I could play Pachinko in the nice, family-friendly setting of Evangelion. But no, nothing makes more sense. If anything, things make less sense. In fact, I'm not even entirely sure whether it's a better or worse deal to just, like, actually play Pachinko versus buy this game. I mean, yes, standard arguments apply. It's like, okay, you buy the game, you can play it over and over and over for infinity, I guess, but, like, your actual effect on things is even more abstracted than it usually is in Pachinko. I mean, think about it. Pachinko, you interact 2 ways. You've got it, well, in theory, there's a lever you pull back and you shoot off a ball, but that's for losers. In fact, what you do is you just flick the switch. Like, you see this little switch guy here? You just set it to shoot, and then it shoots. And that's it. That's one thing. The other thing is ostensibly you can aim. But, like, let's think about this. You're gonna find, like, an optimum direction, and you're not gonna change that. And it's like, I don't even think I can change the direction. Maybe there's a tilt sensor or something. That would be incredibly unlikely. Oh geez, you got some fine motor control just in case your aim is not quite precise enough. What happens if I keep spinning this around? Is there, oh, am I empty? Did it just get pissed off at me? Did I crash the game? Is there a problem in emulation? Is this actually upscaling to 3D graphics? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. Maybe this is how you're supposed to interact with the game? That doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. Why would you make a game that's just watching a bunch of metal balls bouncing around? Well, okay, that part actually makes entirely total sense. In fact, I kind of wish I had a pachinko machine myself, because then you just watch the balls bounce around. I mean, it's kind of like a lava lamp. Albeit, a lava lamp that costs you, I don't know, 20 bucks for 10 minutes of play. But still, like, the appeal is there. I can understand that. This completely low-res version, there's nothing here. There's nothing worthwhile in this. You look at those screens on there, this is like Nintendo pinball level era of animated balls bouncing around. The crappy pinball for the Nintendo. Not the cool, like, Pokemon pinballs or anything that use Pokeballs as actual balls. Well, you learn something new every day. Sometimes you learn bad things, like, hey, don't ever actually do this, or, hey, this is a waste of time. But you know, I'd like to think we were enriched for actually learning about that, and actually going through the work and learning out just what the heck is Evangelion pinball. Unfortunately, I still don't know, because I have to feel like this is just not it. Yeah, I could play with these menus, but good lord. I don't even think a Japanese person can read these, because they're so incredibly pixelated. I mean, you can just almost make them out. Almost. It kind of makes you wonder. It's like, how did Japanese people even read Japanese on computers in the early days? I mean, English, it's like, it's relatively easy. The characters are so simple that you can write it on anything. But this, it's like, good God. In fact, I'm pretty sure original Nintendo games didn't even have kanji. Because how would you draw them? It's 8-bit sprites. It's like, 8-bit is just not enough detail unless you want to use the entire screen. Well, I always surprise myself at how much I'm able to talk about what is essentially nothing. But all good things, and thankfully all bad things, have to come to an end. So on that note, this cat's got a scat.